You spent years in school learning about angles, equations, and historical figures. But did anyone ever teach you how to build wealth? How to turn your talents into income? How to stay focused in a world full of distractions? Probably not. And it's not your fault. The truth is, the education system prepares you to be efficient, but rarely to be free. School teaches you to memorize. Life demands strategy. School demands silence. Success demands powerful communication. School separates you by grades. Wealth is built through networking, empathy, and discipline. And all of this, everything that really matters to live well, with purpose, financial security, and freedom you need to learn on the outside. Or else you pay the price of ignorance. That's why so many talented people fall by the wayside. Brilliant people, full of ideas, but without the right skills to put them into the world. They lack long-term vision. They lack the courage to leave their comfort zone. They lack clarity about what really matters. And that's where this content comes in. Here, you'll discover 5 powerful and almost secret skills that successful people master as a daily ritual. These skills are not found in textbooks, but they are behind the scenes of great fortunes. They are part of the routine of entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, investors like Warren Buffett, and leaders who have managed to combine discipline with a success mindset. They are tools that shape habits, increase productivity, and build real wealth, the kind that starts within and overflows outwards. And the most incredible thing? You don't need an MBA or anyone's approval to get started. All you need to do is decide. Decide that you're not going to waste your talent anymore. That you're going to take control of your path. That you're going to use what you have: time, energy, vision to build something bigger. This is your starting point. And each skill you'll discover here could be the fuel you've been missing on your journey. So get ready, grab a pen and paper, or simply pay full attention, because now the turnaround begins. If this content makes sense to you, share it with someone who also deserves to grow. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single step on this journey towards true freedom. The story is old, but its lesson is current. A master distributes talents, gold coins, stole 3 servants. 2 of them multiply what they received. The third, out of fear, buries the talent and returns it without growth. His mistake was not a lack of skill, but a lack of courage. In the real world, those who are afraid to act miss opportunities that never come back. Wealth is not born only from what you have, but from what you do with what you have. Talent without discipline is like buried gold. It is useless. Have you ever seen someone with incredible potential, but who never gets anywhere? They probably lack focus, action, and a clear vision of where they want to go. And this, unfortunately, is more common than it seems. The parable of the talents shows that hiding what you have is wasting your gifts. And the world is full of people who sabotage themselves out of insecurity. Meanwhile, those who act strategically, even starting small, grow. The first step is to overcome the fear of judgment and failure. Because making mistakes while trying is always better than regretting not having tried. In the game of life, the winner is not the smartest, but the one who consistently applies what they know. Have you ever noticed how less brilliant people sometimes prosper more? This happens because they dare. They step into the field, take risks, and adjust. Continuous action overcomes the paralysis of perfection. And this requires a successful mindset and habits that sustain this courage in everyday life. Having talents is good. Multiplying them is essential. This requires focus, resilience, and a strategic approach to life. There is no point in waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The secret is to start with what you have and improve along the way. Talents grow when put to the test. And those who act consistently, even in silence, build wealth little by little like compound interest. So if you have skills, ideas, or something burning inside, you don't bury it. Show it, use it, adjust it, learn it. Because the biggest waste isn't making mistakes, it's not trying. And that's just the beginning. In the next section, we'll talk about the power of thoughts and how facing discomfort can be the most direct shortcut to personal growth. There's a powerful quote from Earl Nightingale that says we become what we think about most of the time. It sounds simple, but it holds one of the greatest secrets to productivity and wealth. If you live focused on fear, scarcity, and doubt, guess what you'll reap? Your thoughts shape your reality. They're like seeds planted in your mind every day. Those who want to grow need to take care of their own mental programming. It's like reconfiguring your internal GPS to point you in the right direction. Thinking big isn't just about ambition. It's about taking responsibility for your own talents. Wealth begins in the invisible, in the way you see the world, yourself, and the future. This is the foundation of a successful mindset. But positive thinking alone is not enough. Real growth requires discomfort, discipline without excuses, habits that push you forward. Even when everything inside you want to go back to bed, success lives on the other side of the comfort zone, and those who avoid discomfort also avoid progress. It is through pain that we develop resilience, focus, and inner strength. Look at world-class athletes, high-impact entrepreneurs, legendary artists. They've all intentionally faced discomfort. The difference is they don't run from it, they train to deal with it. Just like you train your muscles, you can train your mind. Start small, wake up a little earlier, read 10 pages a day. Say no to distractions. Small wins create big results. Thoughts shape attitudes, and consistent attitudes shape destiny. If you want to change your life, start by changing what feeds your mind every day. Swap the news for a good book, like The Power of Habit, the Mindset. Reduce time on social media and increase time for reflection. The quality of your life is directly linked to the quality of your thoughts. Facing discomfort is like weathering a storm, difficult at first, but liberating at the end. Each challenge you face develops a new layer of courage within you, and it's this courage that prepares you for bigger decisions, bolder investments, and stronger connections. Speaking of strategic decisions, the next point will show you how to think like the world's great visionaries. Having a strategic vision is more than just reacting to everyday situations. It is consciously choosing the path that will take you where you want to go. Life is not a game of luck, but of well-planned choices. Therefore, discipline begins with clarity. What do you really want? This question may seem simple, but it is the basis for transforming talent into wealth. To develop this vision, think about 3 fundamental pillars. First, define your objective precisely, whether financial, personal, or professional. Second, evaluate risks and rewards, because every decision involves some kind of gamble. Third, stay calm in the face of uncertainty. Resilience is key here, to not get lost when the situation gets turbulent. Warren Buffett is the perfect example of this strategic thinking. He doesn't invest in what's hot, but in what has real long-term value. His investment in Coca-Cola in the 1980s is a lesson in vision and patience. What seems simple actually requires a fierce discipline of judgment, patience, and focus, even when everyone else around you is losing their minds. To apply this to your daily life, start by recording your important decisions. Write down the reasons, risks, and benefits. Then, review them periodically to understand your behavior patterns. This creates a productive routine and prevents impulsive decisions. Strategic thinking is a habit that can be trained and improved with discipline. Another practical tip is to apply risk and opportunity, thinking whenever a new opportunity arises. Before acting, ask yourself, what is the worst-case scenario? What is the best-case scenario? What can I learn regardless of the outcome? This analysis prevents fear from paralyzing you and turns uncertainty into fertile ground for growth. Building a strategic vision means cultivating a mindset of success where discipline and focus go hand in hand. It means understanding that wealth is not a coincidence, but the result of consistent and intelligent choices. Now that we have discussed the importance of thinking strategically, the next step is to learn how to communicate with empathy, because a good strategy is useless if you don't know how to involve those around you. Communicating well is much more than just talking. It's about touching minds and hearts. Good communication is born from empathy, the ability to understand the other person before trying to be understood. When you speak with purpose, you not only convey information, but you also create connection, trust, and truly influence. And believe me, this is an indispensable skill for growing in any area of life. Empathy is not just a nice concept. It is a powerful strategy. Adapting your language, your tone, and even your way of listening makes all the difference. Imagine negotiating a deal, closing an investment, or leading a team without truly understanding the needs and motivations of the people involved. The result? Noise, distrust, and missed opportunities. Abraham Lincoln is a classic example of a leader who used empathetic communication to unite a country in crisis. His speeches not only contained the right words, but also feelings that brought people together, inspired them, and motivated them. He knew that the power of communication lies in its emotional impact, and that true dialogue happens when we make room to listen to others. In practice, improving your communication with empathy starts by listening more than talking. Try reflecting on your daily conversations. How many times did you really pay attention? How much time did you spend understanding without interrupting? This creates an environment of trust, which strengthens personal and professional relationships, which is essential for the networking we will see below. Another powerful practice is to review your interactions and think, what did I do to connect? Where could I have been clearer, kinder, more present? This habit of constructive self-criticism helps you improve every day, developing patience and the ability to deal with different people, a plus for those who want wealth and success. Empathetic communication is a discipline that transforms the way you interact and the impact you have on the world. It's the foundation for effective negotiations, lasting partnerships, and inspiring leadership. And soon, we'll dive into the power of genuine networking, because no one builds wealth alone. True networking goes far beyond exchanging business cards or adding people on social media. It's about building authentic relationships based on genuine interest and purpose. Those who connect just to ask for something end up isolated. Those who invest time in getting to know, supporting, and celebrating the achievement of others create a powerful network that brings real opportunities. The number one rule of networking is to remember that people like to be remembered not when they need it, but always. Small gestures, such as sending a congratulatory message or sharing useful content, strengthen bonds. This shows empathy, respect, and discipline to maintain contact, ingredients that make all the difference in building lasting relationships. Reid Hoffman, founder of LinkedIn, is a living example of someone who used networking with generosity and strategy. He understood that true connections are born from reciprocity and trust, not from immediate interests. This vision led him to create the largest professional network in the world, which today connects millions and opens doors every day. To start practicing genuine networking, choose people with whom you identify and who can add mutual value. Celebrate your victories, offer help without expecting anything in return, and be consistent in your contact. Discipline in this process transforms networking into a tool for personal and professional growth. Additionally, maintain a growth mindset during your interactions. Every person has something to teach and learn. By cultivating empathy and openness, you become a magnet for unexpected opportunities, multiplying your talents and wealth through strategic connections. Finally, remember, wealth and success rarely happen in isolation. They are the result of a combination of talents and collaboration. And this is only possible with a solid network of true relationships. Speaking of discipline and focus to transform these connections into results, let's move on to the next topic. Discipline and focus are, without a doubt, the true engines that transform talent into concrete and tangible results. The difference between those who only dream and those who actually achieve lies in the daily choices, those that no one sees, when motivation fades and the path becomes difficult. This is when discipline appears to make the magic happen. Without this consistency, even the greatest talent ends up lost amid distractions, excuses, and that famous procrastination that everyone knows. Think of Beethoven, for example. Even when he was facing gradual hearing loss, he maintained a tireless routine of composition and practice. For him, Talent alone was not enough. Daily effort and concentration were necessary, regardless of the adversities. This determination, combined with focus, is what really differentiates those who multiply well from those who fall by the wayside. In our daily lives, this translates into the ability to dedicate oneself, even when the body or mind asks for rest or distraction. In today's world, the biggest challenge is protecting your peak productivity times. Between notifications, social media, emails, and other demands, staying focused has become a real challenge. That's why creating rituals that help you get into that productive state is essential. Tools like the Pomodoro technique, which alternates periods of intense work with short breaks or blocking distracting websites, can be great allies. Small actions like these can make a huge difference in your performance. Regularly reflecting on what works and what doesn't in your routine is another habit that strengthens discipline. Write down your successes and mistakes. Understand which habits are helping you grow and which are hindering you. This practice of self-knowledge allows you to adjust your path and avoid falling into the same negative patterns. After all, discipline is not about doing everything perfectly, but rather learning from your mistakes and persisting in the right direction. Focus is like a compass that directs all your energy toward what really matters. Without it, discipline becomes a scattered and tiring effort that doesn't produce results. Cultivating the two together creates a virtuous cycle, where constant progress fuels motivation and personal growth. This balance is also essential for developing successful habits, which are the basis for true enrichment and fulfillment. Finally, remember that discipline and focus are not isolated skills, but rather foundations that underpin all other disciplines, from strategic vision to empathetic communication to true networking. They are the glue that holds your life plan together and coheres, allowing your talents to flourish and your wealth to multiply. In the next section, we'll dive into a powerful tool for solving complex problems: first principles. Solving complex problems requires going beyond the obvious and breaking down situations to their most fundamental foundations. This is the essence of first principles: taking the problem apart, understanding its essential parts, and then building innovative solutions. It is a mindset of growth and creativity that challenges the status quo and opens doors to unique opportunities. Elon Musk is a master of this approach. With SpaceX and Tesla, he doesn't settle for off-the-shelf solutions. Instead, he breaks down traditional concepts, analyzes the fundamentals, and creates simple prototypes to test his ideas. The result? Disruptive innovation that has changed entire industries and demonstrated the power of discipline applied to logical, strategic thinking. To apply this discipline, start by asking why repeatedly about a problem until you get to the root of it. This persistent curiosity helps you identify true causes, not just symptoms. From there, you can create solutions that actually solve problems, not just mask or postpone challenges. This mindset builds resilience and confidence to face any obstacle. Another effective practice is to create prototypes or simplified versions of your solutions to test quickly, without fear of failure. Understand that failure is not the enemy, but a source of data to adjust the course. This proactive attitude accelerates personal growth and helps to build increasingly solid and efficient strategies. Adopting the first principles is developing a mindset of success that transcends problems and limitations. By focusing on what really matters, you broaden your field of vision, develop creativity, and gain the power to transform challenges into steps to wealth. This discipline is a real differentiator in building a solid future. Now that we have explored this powerful tool, you now have 5 essential disciplines to multiply your talents and build sustainable wealth. In the next step, we will put all of this together and understand how to put this learning into practice in your life. Now that you know the 5 powerful skills that school never teaches, there's an essential question: what are you to do with this knowledge? Are you going to let fear, procrastination, or doubt continue to hold you back? Or are you going to decide to act with discipline, focus, and courage to multiply your talents and achieve the wealth you deserve? The journey isn't easy, nothing worthwhile ever is, but it's a path full of personal growth and transformative discoveries. Think about it: which of these skills do you already have, and which ones need more attention? Are you really investing time in building genuine connections and maintaining empathetic communication? Or are you overreacting to the present without a clear strategic vision for the future? What about discipline? Are you protecting your moments of high productivity? Or are you letting distractions take over? These questions are fundamental to starting a real change, because only those who stop to think can plan and act effectively. Remember, wealth is not a destiny reserved for the lucky few, but the result of choices you make every day, even in the smallest details. Mastering these 5 skills is planting powerful seeds that will grow and multiply, like compound interest, over time. And the best part, this power is in your hands, waiting to be awakened. All that's left is for you to take the first step, and more importantly, not give up halfway. If this content made sense to you, don't let this journey end here. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications and stay tuned for more tips and strategies that will strengthen your mindset and transform your financial life. Also, share it with anyone you think needs to hear this message sometimes. The simple act of sharing knowledge is what makes the difference for someone to start changing. So, are you ready to start developing these skills today and take a concrete leap toward success? Remember, time is your greatest ally when you learn to use it wisely and purposefully. Let's go on this journey together, because the best investment you can make is in yourself.